I wasn't supposed to find the village. No one is. That's the strange thing about places that don't exist. You only discover them when you stop looking for them. It happened 3 months ago during a road trip. I had been driving through the mountains for hours, the kind of road where GPS signals fade in and out, and the trees grow so thick they swallow the sky. My phone suddenly lost signal. The navigation screen went blank. At first I thought it was just bad reception. Then the map itself disappeared. Not the route, the entire area. Just a gray screen where the mountains should have been. I pulled over and restarted the app. Still nothing. That's when I noticed the road sign. A rusted metal board half hidden by weeds. It read, "Welcome to Hollow Ridge. Population unknown." I had never heard of it, but the road leading into the village was right there, and I needed gas, so I drove in. The first thing I noticed was the silence. No birds, no wind, no distant traffic, just the sound of my tires crunching gravel. The village looked old, not abandoned, just paused. Small wooden houses lined the street, paint peeling, curtains drawn, every door closed. But the strangest part was the street itself. No road markings, no signs, and no cars. I parked near what looked like a small general store. The sign above the door swung slightly, even though the air was completely still. Inside, the store lights were on. Shelves were stocked. Food cans, bread, milk in the refrigerator. But there was no cashier, no customers, just a small bell on the counter. I rang it. The sound echoed too long, like the building was hollow. Then a voice spoke behind me. "You shouldn't be here." I turned around. An old man stood in the doorway, thin, gray beard, eyes that looked tired but not surprised, like he had been expecting me. "I just need gas," I said. He didn't answer. Instead, he walked to the window and looked outside. "You drove in from the South Road." It wasn't a question. "Yeah," he nodded slowly. "That road doesn't stay open long." I frowned. "What do you mean?" He turned back to me. "You should leave before sunset." That should have been my first warning. But curiosity is stronger than fear when nothing looks immediately dangerous. I stepped outside and walked through the village. Every house looked lived in, lights on, smoke rising from chimneys. But I never saw anyone. No people, no movement, just the quiet. Then I noticed something even stranger. Every window I passed had someone standing behind it, watching. Not clearly, just silhouettes behind curtains. Still, completely still, like statues. When I returned to my car, the old man was waiting. "You didn't listen." "I'm just looking around." He sighed, then pointed toward the sky. The sun was lower now, much lower than it should have been. I had only been there 15 minutes, but the sky looked like late evening. "You don't understand," he said quietly. "The village isn't supposed to exist." I laughed nervously. "Every village exists." He shook his head. "Not on maps." That's when I checked my phone again. Still no signal, but the offline map loaded briefly. The entire region was empty. No roads, no mountains, just blank land. Where the village stood. I looked back up. The silhouettes in the windows were gone. Every curtain was now closed. The village felt different, heavier, like the air had thickened. "You need to leave now," the old man said, "before night." "Why?" He hesitated, then said something I'll never forget. "Because at night, the village remembers who belongs here." I drove toward the road I entered, but the road was gone. The trees had closed in. The path was just forest now. No gravel, no tire marks, nothing. I drove around the village again. Every street ended the same way. Trees, dark forest, no exit. When I returned to the center of the village, the old man was gone, and the lights inside every house had turned off. At the same time, the sun dipped below the horizon, instant darkness. Then the doors started opening, one by one, every house, Every building, slow creaking wood, dozens of doors, and people stepped out. Villagers, pale, thin, eyes reflecting the moonlight. They didn't walk normally. They moved slowly, like they hadn't used their legs in years, and all of them turned toward me. I got back into the car and locked the doors. The engine started, but the headlights flickered. The villagers began walking closer. Not running, just walking, like they knew I couldn't escape. Then I saw the old man again, standing in the middle of the road. "You stayed too long," he said calmly. "What is this place?" He looked around the village. "This place was abandoned 40 years ago." My chest tightened. "Then who are they?" He didn't answer immediately. Finally, he said, "People who found the road." The villagers surrounded the car, hands pressing against the windows. Their faces were wrong. Not angry, not hungry, just empty, like they were waiting. "For what?" I shouted. The old man leaned closer to the window. "For the village to replace someone who leaves." Then I understood. Someone had to stay, so someone else could go. The old man stepped back, and the villager stopped moving, watching me, waiting. I opened the door. The old man walked toward the forest road. The trees parted. A gravel road appeared again, the same one I drove in on. He looked back at me. "You'll forget this place," he said. "Everyone who leaves does." "Why?" He smiled sadly. "So they can find it again someday." Then he walked away. I drove until sunrise. The GPS signal returned. The road appeared on the map again, but the village wasn't there. No hollow ridge, no buildings, just forest. I tried searching for it later. Nothing. No records, no satellite images, no mention anywhere. Until last week, when I opened my phone maps and zoomed into the mountains again. For a second, just 1 second, a small label appeared, then vanished, but I saw it clearly. Hollow Ridge, population, 1. And I'm starting to realize something terrifying. The old man never told me who replaced him.